Hey there everyone, it's Laurel here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be making this card, macaroons. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have never in my life had a macaroon before. Never. But I love the way they look. I'm going to be using the Sweet Macaroon stamp set from the 10 stamps today, and I'm going to be watercoloring with gelatos. So I've got this one image here that's the tier of macaroons. I'm going to line it up. See that little, I'm using my Misty, and I'm using one of the Creative Corners that come in the Creative Corners kit to make sure I've lined that up straight. I'm going to be inking up this stamp with a Faber-Castell big brush pen. It's India ink, permanent, or waterproof rather, and permanent. It doesn't fade. And so I'm just scribbling it on right onto my stamp here. They have an array of colors in these big brush pens, and I'm just going to be stamping with that. Now, anytime I use gelatos, I always prime my cardstock with gesso without fail. Don't skip that step. It makes the surface of your cardstock completely smooth, and your gelatos will blend like butter. If you have ever used gelatos and you had issues with the blending, try priming your cardstock first with gesso. You can use any kind of cardstock, regular cardstock, watercolor cardstock, whatever. Prime it with some gesso. You can apply it with a paintbrush. It dries very quickly and you're good to go. So I went ahead and inked up the stamp twice. I wanted to make sure I had a good solid impression, and I'm just zapping this with my heat tool. I'm not sure how long it takes for the big brush pens to dry, so I wanted to be sure it was good and dry before moving on to the next step. Better safe than sorry. I'm going to be using the iridescent gelatos. There's a new kit out. I saw this at it's not CHA anymore. I forget this every time. Creativation or something like that. Anywho, iridescent line. Comes with 15 different colored gelatos, and it comes with a couple of blending wedges and whatnot. And I'm going to do some traditional watercoloring. You see I scribbled some of those gelatos down onto my craft sheet. I've got a cup of water and a paintbrush, and I am just going to watercolor. Just good old-fashioned watercoloring. I wanted to create a bright, colorful tier of macaroons. I have no idea what color macaroons are, to be honest, because like I said, I've never had one in my life. I think they come in a bunch of different colors, and I think the insides are white. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. So I am going to play some music, and I'm going to color in these macaroons with these iridescent gelatos. So these have kind of a shine to them. They're really, really pretty. Gelatos is a great medium for watercoloring. It's fantastic. Gelatos come in 3 different finishes. You have the regular gelato, the metallics, and now they have iridescence. They come in 2 sizes, the regular size, which I'm using here, and they also have double scoop gelatos, which is basically the same gelato, just double the size. However, right now at this point, the iridescent gelatos only come in the regular size. They're great. They're little pigmented chapsticks, if you will, because they come in a little, looks like a little chapstick. You just kind of turn the bottom, it pops up, and you can just scribble directly onto your cardstock. You can do what I'm doing, watercoloring. I have a playlist using gelatos on my YouTube channel. I've been a fan of these guys for years, so I'll be sure to link to that below in the YouTube description. All right, I said I was going to play some music, didn't I? So why don't I just pipe down and play some music? This is all nice and watercolored. I'm going to add a little bit of white detail to the macaroons. This is a Sakura white gel pen here. And I'm just going in again and filling in the insides of all the macaroons with white. Kind of dries with a teeny tiny bit of dimension, this little Sakura gel pen. I've got the small cross-stitched rectangle die. It's from Lawn Fawn. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut that out with my die cutting machine. I secure my die in place with some surgical tape. Any kind of tape will work. I would recommend you kind of putting it on your clothes or on your arm to kind of remove some of the stickiness so you don't tear your cardstock. Again, I'm going to be using the Misty and using one of the creative corners there with the sentiment to make sure it's all nice and straight. I actually leave this particular creative corner on a container on my desk. I seem to be reaching for this quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up this particular set again with that same big brush pen in black that I used on the macaroon tier there. It stamps beautifully. I don't know why I don't reach for these more often. I have them in a variety of colors. I am double stamping this. So again, the Misty is just a complete lifesaver for double stamping, along with many other techniques you can do with the Misty. I stamped a background stamp of stripes. It's called the Minor Stripes stamp set, also from the 10. And I put a little bit of that pinkish purple gelato on the background there. And then I adhered the panel to the top, and that's the card. See how beautiful gelatos are? So you can use them as a watercolor medium. I just love these guys. I think they're so much fun. And I love these macaroons. Maybe I should try one. Maybe I shouldn't, because I don't want to like any more sweets. I already got a sweet tooth as it is. I just finished eating a Reese's peanut butter egg before I started doing this voiceover. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, and I will catch you next time.